Thank you for joining Sports Development Series. We yours truly, Boma Ekiora.
Our Sportdev series is sponsored by Arewa Baobab Fruit Powder, one of the most nutritious substances on the planet. Get your Baobab Fruit Powder from arewabaobab.com.
Sportdev series. Welcome, guys. It's crazy. So we keep watching this African Cup of Nations and breakdown, and I tell you what, it's an amazing tournament to watch. It's really good because you see the reduction in parity, right? Back in the day, when you would watch AFCON, you could easily pick who to win, and you would see the difference in teams. Like teams were beating teams, 7-1 and stuff like that. But today, you watch AFCON and you immediately realize, goodness, you're not really sure who could win. Even the teams that are on the better side, the ones that have been to World Cups more, the ones that have had historical successes, who are ranked high on FIFA's rankings, they're not guaranteed a victory. And let's look into this. So what did we learn? Right? Which is the title of this particular session, is what did we take away from week 1 of AFCON? Like what? What did we learn? What did we see? I'll tell you what we saw. We figured out that some teams are dark horses, right? Some teams, not a lot, but a handful of teams are looking to cause the upset. Specifically, Cape Verde, and Mali. If I was to pick 2 teams that I would say would automatically be dark horses, it would be Cape Verde and Mali. Why Cape Verde? Well, let's see. They beat Ghana, right? And then they beat Mozambique, scoring pretty high number of goals, right? This is a team that they've always shown up to compete, but when you watch them, they're organized, they play hard, they fight for their victories. They're going to be a tough team for anyone to beat. So they beat Ghana 2-1. They beat Mozambique 3-0 today. Very good victory, right? So that last game against Egypt is going to be very interesting to watch. What else do we know? Mali looks like a solid team. They have really good names of their squad. Players are young. They fight. They play hard. We did a session earlier about Mali being a possible dark horse because all of last year they only lost 1 game to Gambia, right? They won all the other games and drew maybe a handful. So they're a pretty good team. Plus the victory over South Africa has put them in a really good spot with high on confidence. Again, the verdict is still out on Mali because when they play Tunisia this weekend, we'll see what it is that they're about. So those 2 teams, those could be party crashers. Those are guys I see that could upset some stuff here. Okay. Equatorial Guinea could be another one. I said it from day one when Nigeria played them. I said, hey, I don't see Nigeria beating these guys. They defend well. They force teams to come out of their shell. And they showed us in the last game, they beat Guinea-Bissau by 4-2. Now, everyone's going to say anyone could beat Guinea-Bissau. They don't really count. And you're right, maybe they don't. But Equatorial Guinea is drawn 1-1. They play Cote d'Ivoire in their last game. They know they want to seal it to qualify. Cote d'Ivoire is a must-win for them. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be fun to watch. Now, what else did we learn? Let's talk about the Super Eagles. Super Eagles is a team that's low on confidence, right? Yeah, like I said this before, you look through a number of their games leading into the tournaments, they struggled. They couldn't beat Lesotho. They couldn't beat teams that, under normal circumstances, a C team, a C-level Nigerian team should be able to beat. They couldn't do it. So going into this tournament, they weren't high. You could see the game against Equatorial Guinea. They didn't sync up properly. Now, all credit to them. They went out and they beat Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. Penalty, Truce Ekong put it away. But they missed some chances that they should have put away. And they were only able to score 1 goal. So you look at this team and the way they celebrated and the way they kind of held on to that one goal for the larger part of the second half. It just helped you understand that this is not a team high on confidence. They don't truly believe in themselves, right? And I'm Nigerian, so I'm not being biased here. They don't really believe in themselves, and a victory against Guinea-Bissau will do them a lot of good going into the knockout stages. Who else are we going to look at? Tunisia, they lost against Namibia. So we don't know what's going on with this Tunisian team. Could it have been a bit of a fluke? Yeah, it might have been a fluke. We'll see. But now they have to show up, and they have a tough game against Mali. They lose that game, they're going home. So we'll see how strong that Tunisian team is. Right now, it doesn't look like they're a strong team. Senegal, they are who we thought they were. In the words of Dennis Green, they are who we thought they were. They're the truth. Solid team. The decimation of Cameroon was beautiful to watch. I mean, it was just one team was just head and shoulders above the other. No comparison. They went in, they had a game plan, they defended well. When they attacked, they were dangerous. They put Cameroon away, they scored goals, did the counterattack beautifully. Another team that's, if I was to rank two teams, and this is not because of the FIFA rankings, I would rank Senegal and Morocco. Morocco looked good. I know, given they played Tanzania, it was not a strong team, but the way they beat them, they did it the way they were supposed to. Right? Now we'll see how strong they are. Their group is kind of easier, so they may not get a real test, but we'll see. Egypt has not shown anything. The game against Ghana may be the best game that I've seen. Back and forth goals. And what did we learn in that game? Egypt is not the same Egypt, because this is not a strong Ghanaian team. Ghana's defense is extremely weak, and if they don't put a couple of goals past Mozambique, Ghana's going home early, which could possibly happen because Egypt might get a draw or something against Cape Verde. So what else did we learn in that game? Mohamed Kudus. That boy is the truth. Trust me. I am telling you, this is a future African best player. I promise you. Mohamed Kudus is the truth. No mistake about it. Listen, he continues his form at West Ham, and he's not going to be a West Ham for much longer. As a matter of fact, he might not be a West Ham next year. Right? If a team shows up with a huge transfer fee for him, West Ham will sell him. I promise you. And he could go anywhere. This guy could play for Real Madrid. Boys, I'm telling you, he's something special to watch. So, yeah, that's our breakdown. That's what we've learned. That's what we've learned about Jordan. But we could tell you a lot. I think we've learned about a lot of these teams. We'll break it down some more. But that's all I got, man. Thank you so much. And I'm out.